My sister dragged me outside at her engagement party and screamed that I'm the family embarrassment. Her fiancé heard everything, and now my parents are begging me to fix what I didn't break. I haven't spoken to my family in 12 years. My parents made it clear from day one that I was the mistake, the unplanned pregnancy that ruined their perfect timeline. They were young, newly married, not ready for kids. My sister came 5 years later when they were actually prepared, and she became everything I wasn't. The golden child. The one they actually wanted. Growing up was rough. I wasn't hit hard enough to leave marks, but the message was clear. I ate dinner in silence while they celebrated my sister's every achievement. When I made honor roll, nobody noticed. When she got a B+, they took her out for ice cream. I learned pretty quickly to stay out of the way and count down the days until I could leave. The day I turned 18, I packed my stuff and left. Didn't look back. Parents didn't call. My sister didn't text. It was like I never existed. And honestly, that was fine. I worked minimum wage jobs, got my own tiny apartment, built a life that was mine. It wasn't glamorous, but it was peaceful. So when I got an invitation to my sister's engagement party 3 weeks ago, I genuinely thought it was a joke. My grandmother called me the next day and explained that my sister had asked her for my address. She wanted me there. For appearances, probably, but still, my parents even called. They were weirdly pleasant on the phone, asking me to come, saying it would mean a lot to the family. I figured showing up for one afternoon wouldn't kill me. Maybe things had changed. Maybe they'd grown up. I was wrong. The party was at my parents' house. Big backyard setup, white lights strung everywhere, catered food. I showed up in my best outfit, which still probably looked cheap compared to everyone else. My parents greeted me at the door with stiff hugs and fake smiles, then immediately introduced me to my sister's fiancé. Why would someone like him be with my sister? After the introductions, my parents and sister basically ignored me. I stood by the drinks table, planning to leave early, but Luca kept coming over to talk. He asked about my job, where I lived, what I like to do. I gave vague answers because I was pretty sure my sister would never actually agree to that. Then she noticed us talking. She walked over with this tight smile, grabbed my arm, and pulled me toward the side yard. The second we were out of sight, she dropped the act. She got in my face and told me to stay away from Luca, that the invitation was just for show, just so the family wouldn't ask questions, that nobody actually wanted me there. She went on for a solid minute about how I was still the unwanted mistake, how I'd always be the black sheep, how I should have stayed gone. It wasn't anything I hadn't heard before. I just stood there and took it, waiting for her to finish so I could leave. What neither of us knew was that Luca had stepped outside to smoke. He was standing about 10 feet away, hidden by the corner of the house. He heard everything. I didn't find that out until later. I just grabbed my coat and left without saying goodbye to anyone. 2 days later, my phone started blowing up. My sister, my dad, my mom, all calling and texting nonstop. The messages were frantic. They said I'd ruined everything, that I'd destroyed my sister's life, that I needed to fix this immediately. Apparently, Luca had confronted my sister that night after I left. He told her he'd heard what she said to me, and he didn't recognize the person he thought he was marrying. They had a massive fight. A friend's place since then, reconsidering everything. My parents want me to call him. They want me to tell him it was all a misunderstanding, that my sister and I just bicker like normal siblings. They want me to lie and say we actually have a great relationship, that what he heard was taken out of context. My grandmother called me yesterday. She's the only one who ever stood up for me growing up. She told me to let him walk away, that my sister doesn't deserve someone decent if this is how she really is. So I texted Luca and asked to meet for coffee. We sat down yesterday afternoon, and I told him everything. Every bit of my childhood, every cruel comment, every reason I disappeared 12 years ago. He called off the engagement this morning.